When I first accepted Islam, I really didn't know what I was getting myself into. I didn't realize that it entailed many prayers 5 times a day. I didn't realize that I would need to fast the month of Ramadan. I was basically naive and ignorant. At the same time, I really didn't care what I had to do, because I wanted to become like the people that I had met. I wanted the generosity, the humility, the charisma.
Mohammed Eckhouse is an acupuncturist in Panama City, Florida.
I grew up in a Jewish family on Long Island, New York, in suburbia, middle class. My family was Jewish, more Zionistically oriented than actually Jewish by faith. I grew up in a vacuum, basically. I grew up without any religious teachings, instruction, foundation. And as a result of that, by the time I reached my late teens, I felt like I wanted something more out of life than just pursuing a materialistic lifestyle, more than just attempting to purchase a 2-car garage and television sets and so on and so forth. As a result of that, when I went to university, I stumbled into relationships with various philosophers, teachers of religion. I spent time with Tibetan lamas, Buddhists, Hindus, Campus Crusade for Christ members, Jewish rabbis. About the only form of religion that I didn't encounter until I was working towards a PhD at New York University in the middle 70s was Islam. Islam has, at first I thought, might be some sort of punishment, because it had certain rules and regulations that I didn't feel that I wanted to accept. I've never been a lover of pork, so giving up the eating of pig meat didn't affect me whatsoever. The giving up of the drinking of alcohol didn't upset me at all, because I didn't particularly care for the taste of alcohol. I don't understand how anyone actually can say, honestly, state that they like the taste of alcohol. I find that strange. There's really not that much about Islam which contains a person in terms of getting on with life. There's the praying, and there's the fasting, and there's the giving of 2.5% of one's excess wealth each year, which doesn't come to much when one has a limited income. In Islam, there is no hierarchy. There is no priesthood. There is no intermediary between man and God. Allah, or God, refers to himself. He says, "Call me Allah or call me Rahman." Rahman, the Arabic words, means the merciful. Throughout the Quran, God is always presented as forgiving. We as Muslims are told that each time we do ablutions before each prayer, we are removing all of our wrong actions. Islam is a very merciful religion, and technically it's the same as Judaism and Christianity. One Christian came to me in one of my classes and asked me why I do not worship Jesus. And I said to him, if I was going to worship a man, I would worship Adam, because he had neither father nor mother. And he is recognized as a man, as Jesus was. So why do you not worship Adam? We as Muslims revere Jesus as a Muslim. A Muslim means, in English, the word Muslim means one who submits to God. Islam means submission to God. What did Jesus do other than... Living in England, I attended the Jummah prayer, the Friday prayer, one day. And for some strange reason, I had a coughing fit. I couldn't stop myself from coughing. So I stepped outside of the mosque to get a drink of water and to help myself. When I stepped outside, there was a young man there who seemed lost. And he was an Englishman who was interested in Islam, but he felt inhibited in entering the mosque itself. He didn't know the proper procedure to make contact with Muslims. As a result of my stepping out there, he had someone to speak to. Miraculously, I stopped coughing by itself. And I spoke with him for about a half hour, and I showed him how to make ablutions, do wudu. And we went into the mosque together, and we prayed together, and I showed him the rudiments of prayer. And he joined the group, and later on that week he accepted Islam. I don't attribute that to me, but it was God perhaps working through me that this particular experience occurred. What Islam demands of me is very little. Praying now has become like brushing my teeth. It's just something I do naturally and normally. Fasting is something that I look forward to each year because other than the physical enjoyment that I get from fasting in terms of feeling better, feeling lighter, losing weight around my midsection, getting to that age, you know. Spiritually, I felt good each evening that I've really accomplished something. And taken into account when you are involved with a community of other Muslims and you are all doing it together, it's a wonderful shared experience. And one does feel blessed.